Hey, welcome everyone. Glad you tuned in today. We're going to give you some inside information looking into a really fun and special week at the Naval Academy.
Go Navy, beat Army!
Which is the week leading up to the Army-Navy football game. So you'll hear it referred to as Army Week at the Naval Academy. So the week leading up to the football game is referred to as Army Week, and there's a lot of fun things that happen with Army Week. They're a lot of fun that we want to explain to you today. So we're going to take the time today to talk about, one, a little bit about the football game, but two, mainly what happens in the week leading up to it at the Naval Academy. There's a lot of fun stories that we're going to tell. I think probably a lot of things that are similar from class of 96 to class of 17, some things that stay the same, but also some things that change, so we want to get some fun stories out there. As always, why should you listen to us? My name is Grant Vermeer. I appreciate you tuning in if you've never seen one before. I'm the USNA class of 2017, and my family never knew much about the Naval Academy, even during my time there, so I wanted to take the time now as a graduate to share my perspective in order to assist midshipmen, their families, friends, and anyone who loves and supports them, as well as any future midshipmen out there that might want to learn about the Academy. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah, and I'll jump in.
Yeah,
so I'm Eddie Pilcher, class of 96, and then honestly, I was Grant's sponsor dad, and so just a small chance to give back. But just like Grant, my parents, I'm from Portland, Oregon, and so they had no idea what the Academy was or what they were getting me into now 21 years ago, actually 25 when I went there. Scary days, but this is one of my most exciting weeks, though. I love Army Week, and it is awesome, and your kids, especially your plebes, are going to love it.
Tons of fun. Tons of fun. Yeah, so we'll talk about what makes it a ton of fun. I just want to say sorry for making this an 8 p.m. show. The Navy now owns me. I'm a working man, so I apologize. I had work today, but I'm glad to be here and do this show. So it's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Everyone who's tuned in already, thank you so much. I mean, all of you who tuned in and watch live, it really means the world to me. If you're watching on the rebroadcast too, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Due to all the sharing, the likes, all the comments, everything like that, we now have over 3,000 followers, and we're just continuing to build this Academy Insider community, which is awesome. So much fun. Yeah, I don't know why it's not called Beat Army. Why it's not called Beat Army Week, I don't know. It's just Army Week. So either mom, dad, whoever commented that, I love you guys. But I don't know. That's actually a good question. But again, as always, your comments, shares, likes, all that stuff really helps me get this message out to everyone who's interested in it. So thank you so much.
And Liam, thanks for listening. We're reading the comments that come through, so that is awesome. So I am, my whole family was Army. My grandfather was Korea. My mom and dad were both Vietnam. And you gotta love it. I was like, hey, what should I do when I grow up? And they were like, you should go Navy.
Yeah.
So, in all fairness, we appreciate you sending your son to the wiser choice in this matter. So, thanks a lot, and obviously beat Army.
Yeah, for all those watching, Liam, thanks so much. Class of 82, West Point, and now has a son who's a Navy pilot. So, yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. All right. So now, if you're on live or the rebroadcast, please let me and Ed know where you're from, comment, locations, anything like that. If you're planning on attending the game this weekend, Saturday, you planning on going up to Philadelphia, hit the love button for us so we can see how many people are going to be going out that way. And if you plan on watching it on TV, you're not actually going to come out if you could just hit the like button for us. That way we can differentiate. We're able to see who's watching it from home, who's actually going to the game, so that helps with us. As always, if you think this information is useful in any way, please feel free to share this. Well, please share this. Just so we can get this word out and make it happen. And lastly, put your questions below. If you have any questions about anything we say today, please comment that on this thread below so that way everyone can see it. We'd really appreciate that. We'll do our best to answer questions at the end, as well as write in answers at a later date. So if you're watching on the rebroadcast, please comment below, and we'll still get back to those as best we can.
Yep, and then also, so as I'm an 0-4 while I was there, so obviously some pretty painful years, that 93 through 96. But obviously it's been fun here in the recent past, which obviously a little bit of a blip last year. So we plan on taking it back this year, but I have proudly gone 16 years in a row up to the game, wherever it is, Baltimore, FedEx, Philly. So we'll be at the link. My son Griffin and I were going up this weekend. So if you have any questions about any of that, you can also put those in the thread, and I can help answer them from tailgating to parking to whatever you want. You know, even still where to stay. There's not much close, but we can still help you out and get something up there. So no worries.
Definitely. Awesome. So what is Army Week like? Like, why are we having a special podcast about Army Week? I'm just going to say, I'm going to go out and I'm just going to put it into very simple terms. Army Week is chaos. It is fun. It is hectic. There are what I would like to call a lot of shenanigans going on, I think is probably the correct word, all-encompassing of everything that happens during Army Week. So that's probably the biggest thing. There are just a ton of shenanigans going on. So what we're going to do for you today is we're going to talk about 3 areas where Army Week is unique compared to the rest of the time. So we're going to talk about what's special about Army Week in King Hall, which is where we eat. We're going to talk about Army Week in Bancroft Hall, and then we're going to talk about Army Week around the yard, including pranks and spirit rallies and pep rallies. So that's going to be our plan today. If you have any questions or there's anything else you'd like us to talk about, please comment that below so we can take note of that and hopefully answer your questions. But without further ado, Ed, what do you think, if you were to describe Army Week in just like one set, or like just a short brief thing, what would you say?
Yeah, I think what's funny is you just nailed it. Pure chaos is the best way to say it. And as Grant starts saying, I know we're going to jump into a lot of areas, but my favorite memory going back was as a plebe. So I was at 31st company down to 3rd company back when we used to change, and we used to have 36 companies. But all the plebes, we got out together and we snuck out. We went through the Ho Chi Minh Trail, which is all the steam tunnels underneath. And then we snuck up on top of Rickover, and then we hung our really cool 31st Company sheet poster. And so we'll talk about those, but just that camaraderie with your group of plebes, Mike Kilmurray, Dave Frazier, Rob Peel, Kevin Snow, Todd Westerman. I could go on for hours. I had a great company with great friends. I love them all, still do, still talk to all of them. Just those chances to get together and really just a bond is what made my academy time just special.
Oh, yeah. So. Tons of fun, tons of stories, tons of memories. Really, really fun. So we're going to start off with King Hall, which is probably my favorite. I absolutely love King Hall during Army Week. So we're going to talk about that. So as we all know, we've had a lot of discussions about how the Naval Academy is not college, and there are a ton of rules, and all this is it's pretty strict, a pretty regimented life. There's not a lot, like everyone eats at the same time, all this stuff's going on. I've actually had a couple posts about King Hall, so if you're new to Academy Insider, I encourage you to go to my website and check them out. But King Hall during Army Week and Air Force Week, so everything I'm saying here, just as note, pretty much is the same during Air Force Week. It's just kind of almost on steroids during Army Week. Like, Air Force Week is fun, yeah, we get it, Air Force, cool, whatever. But Army Week's the big one. We go all out for Army Week. So in King Hall, I'm just going to use the word again, a ton of shenanigans going on. It is crazy. It is the time for plebes to let loose and get back. I wouldn't use the term like get back in a targeting way, but just like more have fun with the upperclassmen, especially the ones that are really hard-nosed trainers and get on them and take a lot of pride in training, which can kind of rub plebes the wrong way sometimes. I mean, you never, yeah.
You're
never
nice
like
with
when
me.
people are mean.
I'll call them the serious tools. You can call them whatever you want.
Whoa, hey, this is a family-friendly show. Yeah, pranks and stuff that happens during King Hall. So I'm just going to go through and talk about it. Like, I'm telling you, it is absolute chaos. Now, in the past couple of years, there have been some safety concerns, so they have been trying to really focus in containing and making these events a little more safe, but I'm telling you, at least as of last year, it's still pretty wild and extremely fun. So I'm going to go through and name a couple of King Hall pranks.
Yeah,
if you have more, please.
In, yeah.
But my personal favorite and one I've been a victim of is what we call the Princess Leia. So what the Princess Leia is a plebe will generally get 2 pieces of bread, and usually if we have pretzel rolls, those are the best. You get pretzel rolls. You swipe peanut butter on both sides of on the inside of the bread. And then basically you sneak around King Hall till you find the person you want to hit, and then basically you come up behind them and just smack them with the peanut butter on, so the buns actually stick on your ears and they just hang there. So it looks like you have Princess Leia like buns in your hair because of the pretzel rolls. That is what we call Princess Leia. So you will often see people with bread on their ears covered with peanut butter, getting over their nice black uniforms that they'll then have to go get dry cleaned because there's peanut butter all over them. And usually it causes a chase after that. The chase ensues, breaks out. So the minute you hit someone with something like a Princess Leia, usually the plebe will then take off. I'm talking about a full sprint, faster than they've ever ran in their life through King Hall. out the side doors and back to where they live in Bancroft Hall. So I don't know how actually true this is, but I mean, rumor has it, it's more fun just to like actually engage in the chase. But rumor has it that like if you get back to Bancroft or you get back to your room before the upperclassman catches you, then you're good to go. Like they can't do anything about it. But if you get caught, you don't run fast enough, the upperclassman catches you, then the upperclassman has a little more freedom in how they can respond. I personally was hit by a Princess Leia. Actually, by one of my really, really good friends, Nate Messer. He was on the basketball team and in 26 Company. And I thought I was safe. It was like Thursday Army Week. I was like, man, I've survived 3 days. Like, this is going pretty good. And I'm telling you, during Army Week, especially as a firstie, like, you're sitting in your chair eating, like, constantly on a swivel, like, trying to check what's going on. Like, it's crazy. Thursday, I started to relax a little bit, and that was, I mean, what am I doing? What am I thinking? How am I going to relax? I relax. Nate Messer gets me, chase him down. For all those wondering, I did catch him before he got back to his room. You best believe it. So that was a ton of fun. Yeah, do you have any good ones or fun memories?
Yeah,
with,
so
King Hall stuff?
again, they may change the rules a little bit, but my favorite one was called a wild man.
The Wild Man.
And so we like it. You would get a pitcher of water or
number 2
milk.
on the list,
Oh, look
baby,
at that.
the
There we go.
Wild Man.
So usually we do water, and then same idea where Grant's right. So the trick for your plebes, if you're talking to them with recommendations, pick an upper class that is in the aisleway, which has the widest space where you can run and take off. And you want to pick one if you can that you know. It has to be someone you know, so it's fun, obviously. But you want someone that's kind of close to one of the doors. You're exactly right, just so you can escape and escape pretty well. And so the wild man, you basically walk up behind him, same idea. You pour a whole pitcher of freezing cold water on them, and you yell "Wild Man," and you take off running as fast as you can. What's good is everyone will stand up when they see what happens, and then that causes chaos. The person who gets dumped on, or Princess Leia, they are usually so confused and laughing themselves that you get about a 10-second head start before you can do it. But obviously, if you're quick enough, you can always catch up to them.
Yeah.
But a wild man is obviously always good and good fun for all those around. It splashes at least 4 or 5 people around you. But it's always good.
And I'm telling you, like, here's fun. A lot of people laugh about it. You'll get a lot of mixed reactions. There are a lot of people that will just like sit there, just like, I can't believe this just happened to me, and like don't even get up. There are a couple people who are like excited, like waiting for it to happen, and like the moment they feel anything touch them, they're like up and sprinting, like jumping over tables to chase. There are a couple people who laugh about it, and there are a couple people who get mad. Which, if anyone out there, future midshipman, whatever, don't get mad because you just targeted yourself for the rest of the week. Because that, I mean, if you get mad, people are going to want to hit you again. I've seen also a combination. So I've seen someone get Princess Leia and they stand up and they're like, dang it! And then out of nowhere, another plebe will come up with a pitcher of water and like splash in their face already as they have the Princess Leia on. And I mean, I'm telling you, like it's just a ton of fun. It's straight chaos. It's pretty exciting.
And then I would add in. So we said the wild man. Now those are the overt ones.
Yep.
My favorites though are the covert ones.
Oh, sneak missions.
Yeah. So my favorite was we just call it the peanut butter. And so same idea. You would low crawl, and so you would talk to in the middle is where the youngsters or the sophomores sit. At least they used to. Maybe it's changed. So you would get a couple of sophomores you liked, and they would spread out a little bit, and then you would low crawl under the table, and everyone kind of feel you hitting their feet, but they knew it wasn't them that was getting hit, so they were okay. And you would usually get to the firsties. Usually the firsties, the seniors, are the ones that you're going after. And you would get the peanut butter, and you would spread it on their nice black leather shoes. And then if you do it properly, they have no idea what's going on. And then you suddenly low crawl back out. You know, you back out, you go beep, 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 get out of there, and then you go back to your table, and you sit like nothing happened. And then when they get up, they're like, what the? As they look down.
Shined my shoes.
Yeah, and then now they have peanut butter. And if you don't know, as he said, the uniform, there's oil and peanut butters that will ruin all kinds of leather or core fram or even the winter working blues. So it's pretty devastating at some point in time. But the covert ones are my favorites.
The covert ones
are awesome.
It's funny you said that because I was calling my dad before this, talking about it, and on my outline I had sneak missions.
Yeah.
Because I had the same thing, but instead of peanut butter, they like sprayed mustard and ketchup on the shoe and like mixed it around, just like as fun as you could.
Yeah.
Just finding like funny ways to covertly sneak around. So yeah, sneak missions are awesome.
Yeah.
If you have any other stories about, also recently we've had people like dress up as the crab race. I know we talked about this for Halloween too, but we'll have people dress up as like the crabs from the football game and like.
And if you don't know what he's talking about,
through.
every third quarter second quarter they have a blue, a red, and a green crab that scurry along. Just think of every big screen football game or sport event you've been to. There's a race. it is the goofiest thing. It's totally random, but all of the mids and all the crowd pick their color and freak out. So they'll do it in King Hall also, and they'll crab race through. And so if your kid gets picked, especially your plebe, if he gets picked to be the green crab, the blue crab, or the red crab, that is a huge honor. That means they actually like him or her, and they can actually scurry through King Hall and be the crab, and everyone cheer for him. It's pretty good.
It's good stuff.
So always good.
Always good. But yeah, if you had a midshipman that's told you stories about great things out of King Hall, comment those below. We just want to see all of those. And I want to make sure, especially as we're talking about this topic, to make sure, one, it's all fun. Like, there is no malintent or any hostility in this. Two is, on our side, we're talking about our experience at the Naval Academy. I'm not sure. I haven't talked to people about what the rules are this year. I have no way officially represent, in any official capacity, represent the Naval Academy. I hope I do a good job in representing it in a positive light. But we do not officially represent the Naval Academy in any way. So what I'm saying is simply my perspective and my experience, same with him, and our stories from the Naval Academy, just to try and give you guys an inside look into what it is. And I just want to make that clear.
And on that note, what I would say is, so back in the day when we had real plebe years, whatever, always fun to make fun of you. So we would do Beat Army drinks.
Oh, beat those still happen.
And so they do, but they've really toned those down a lot. The Academy's big on this. So when we did it, it had a lot of Tabasco and stuff that would really, you couldn't actually like die, but you would definitely like burn your throat and it would hurt a lot. And so at some point they've downed it now to where it's like a lot of milk or milk with water, or, very chocolatey milk. So it's pretty thick. I mean, it'll be some kind of, but that's a challenge. And usually that's off of a dare. So that's different. These first ones we talked about were pranks.
Yeah.
This is now like a dare. So you'll make in a cup or a glass some kind of Beat Army concoction. And that's to prove kind of how tough you are on the surface. Yeah. But again, I mean, this is all good fun. This is not a hazing activity. This is we've gotten rid of all the hazing parts of it. Now we're just down to, hey, what's good fun? Let's not hurt kids, but let's see what they can drink. It's usually pretty entertaining. And the Naval Academy, also King Hall, has done a great job of getting healthier and healthier food.
Look at this. Rachel, thank you so much for commenting. This is awesome. Boyfriend
is
playing Mario Kart through King Hall. That's awesome. That's great. I can't wait to hear about all the fun stories that happen this upcoming week. There's probably going to be even more. That's crazy. Thank you so much for commenting.
That was perfect.
Mario Kart through King Hall. I haven't seen that before. That's original. I like that. That's awesome. Okay. Well, King Hall, again, if you have any funny stories about King Hall, keep commenting those below. We're going to move on to Bancroft. So what makes Army Week crazy in Bancroft Hall? So there's three things I really want to talk about. The first is that all plebes just have carry-on. So this is just a small topic. We talked about carry-on before, but basically carry-on is just like all their fourth class restrictions and duties are waived. So no chow calls. They can watch TV, listen to music, do anything they really want. Like, it is a carry-on week. As well as there is no prono, I believe. I don't want to be 100% certain on that, but I'm pretty sure there's no prono. So they can relax and have fun. So carry-on is pretty much throughout the brigade. But there's two things I want to talk about. The first is pranks, and the second are carrier landings. So pranks within Bancroft Hall can get pretty creative and lead to crazy messes. So I do want to say, in my plebe year, Army Week, the first night of Army Week was honestly like a brawl. It was almost like you were trying to protect your deck at any cost because people
from other companies
would challenge you and try and like destroy your deck. And when I say destroy your deck, I literally mean like people have been taking milks out of King Hall for months and letting them like rot and curl up under their sinks through the entire semester. So that way, during Army Week, they can pour like rotten, spoiled milk down on your deck so it smells disgusting. Intercompany rivalries. So as people would try and get on your deck, you would have instruction from the upperclassmen as plebes, like, don't let anyone destroy our deck. And so that led to a lot of like crazy like shaving cream bombs, like rolling everywhere, shaving cream flying everywhere, like paint going, like, I mean, it was absolute chaos. Now, there were a couple of, unfortunately, a couple of injuries that happened during my plebe year, and that's pretty much been completely shut down. So for any past Naval Academy alumni, that pretty much has gone away. Those like brawls have kind of gone away. Brawls is a strong word, but protecting your deck. Yeah, protecting your deck.
Defense.
It's 100% defense. Okay. That has pretty much gone away, but pranks are still a very big thing. As long, again, not hazing, like if there's anything that even borders hazing, it is addressed and it is taken care of. All these pranks are done in good nature and good fun. There are a lot of pranks that you can do. I want you to start.
Yeah.
Do you have any good pranks?
No, so my favorite prank, and you know what, it's probably got a name, which is bad. I should know this, but my upper class, who are great, class of '93 and class of '94. I still despise both of them, and they all know it. I could throw out all kinds of funny names there, and they would just come back and haunt me, but I could just picture their minds. They haunt me already. So what they would do is they literally would take our entire room, and then it would be in the hallway.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's obviously pretty standard, but it would just be a room, you know, I think we called it a room bomb or whatever, but just literally like you took all this time, you know, you had an inspection right before Army Week, and then sure enough you go in, and then now your whole room, like you walk back with your buddies from a pep rally is usually when it happens. So you come back, you're all excited, school spirit, go Navy, beat Army, and then all of your underwear, socks, uniforms, whatever is in a huge mess there. And then of course they'd be like, hey, room inspection, 20 minutes, you know, whatever. So it was fun. You would try to throw it all back together and you'd all be laughing about it. It was always entertaining. And that was my favorite one always. And Bob Ball did a great one.
Yeah.
So
nice. I have a couple pretty good ones. I saw one this year. I actually had someone from my company send me a picture. The plebes literally moved an entire rack from MACD. Like when I say rack, I mean like a weightlifting rack with a full bar, a bench, and like they had it set up with like literally it was 245 plates on each side, so 225 pounds. Literally just a bench press set like put in the guy's room, and he was just like, he walked in and he was like, why is there a bench press set in my room? So there's stuff like that. I've literally come out of my room to our company officer's door completely blocked by bricks, like an entire brick wall coming our company officer's wall or our door, so they couldn't get in. I've seen chairs hung from the shower rack with a rifle lock. That's a pretty good one because if you don't know the rifle lock combo, you're pretty much out of chair for that week. That's good. I've seen, man, some crazy ones. My personal favorite probably, though, is our plebes literally did a covert mission as our upperclassmen were out of the room and literally set up. So we all get issued during plebe summer, we get issued alarm clocks that no one really ever uses once you get past plebe summer because you can have your phone or your watch and you set timers, whatnot. But we have these alarm clocks that just generally sit in our locker. Class of 2017 may or may not have gone into one of our upperclassmen's room and set the each alarm clock for a different time, like 10 minutes spread out through the entire night. So basically, and like all in different locations, like in the ceiling, under beds, like everywhere.
Yeah.
So basically, like throughout the entire night, this guy just had alarms going off in his room the entire time, which was pretty entertaining. We had a lot of coordinated strikes as well. So we had one where we had a bunch of people blast music outside of one of our upperclassmen's room at around 2 a.m. To the song that they woke us up with every morning during plebe summer. It's called the Best Friend Song by Toy Box. Completely annoying. Every time I hear it, I just get like shivers in my spine. I cringe, like I hate it. Our upperclassmen woke us up to it during plebe summer every single time. So we decided to go back, wake them up with that at like 2 in the morning. And as our upperclassmen come out to yell at us, literally they know we actually had like 100 water balloons all like already to go, and we had like 20 plebes ready to go, and we just started like pelting them with the water balloons, and that was probably one of my favorites. That was awesome. A pretty good one. But pranks are just like constant throughout Bancroft Hall. It's a ton of fun. Yeah, I don't know if you have any other.
Well, and I will say what's funny is, I mean, we're on Bancroft Hall right now, but so I've been in 21 years, and pranks still go. So tomorrow, I'll go to the Pentagon, and there's going to be a huge Go Army flag that'll fly out of Corridor 2. Mm-hmm. And when I was on before, 09 to 11, I was on the Joint Staff, and so Jeff Rogers and Steve Knight and Rob Fancher, you guys, all you West Point guys that I had to work with, we would mess with each other all week, and so we would fill drawers with shaving cream.
Oh, yeah.
We would still empty out desks, put them out in the courtyard, all kinds of things. So this fun rivalry goes your entire career. So start here as a plebe, build on it throughout your whole career, and have fun. It's a good week.
It's great. And then the last thing we want to cover in Bancroft Hall is carrier landings. Carrier landings are fun. So basically, it's only allowed during Army Week. I'm not even sure if it's really allowed, but you do carrier landings. So basically what carrier landings are is you literally like flood a hallway, and you just get a ton of water and soap and like anything you can to make the floor extremely slick, and you just dump it all over the floor in what we call the plebe shaft, which is like the main shaft going vertical down, and you have 2 horizontal like passageways like going there, so you have full running speed to go ahead. You grab one of the issued boxing helmets that you get, and you put them on like a gladiator, and then you literally start at opposite ends of the hall, sprint at each other, literally go full extension dive onto a match. Oh yeah, so you bring mattresses into the hall as well. Sorry, I left that part out. You bring mattresses into the hall, and then so you dive onto your mattress, and the floor is so slick when you dive, like that mattress just takes off, and you go at each other, and then I don't know if there's like a proper technique, but you try to win the collision in the middle of the carrier landing. So basically you sprint, you run at each other, you're sliding on the mattresses coming at each other, and then you try and win the battle in the middle. Those are, I mean, you go for like 2 hours, like you're blasting music in the hallway. It's a whole company event. A lot of times you'll have upperclassmen going against plebes. It's a ton of fun.
Yeah, and usually for that one, that's it. They'll kind of designate, hey, like Wednesday night we're doing carrier landings, because you don't need to do it all the time, obviously. And it is, the fun part about Army Week is you then clean up everything, and that's a good group effort. So as he just said, like, hey, you're going to have soapy water in the halls. These halls are pretty old, but they're also pretty well sealed. And so you're going to slide on the old, marble, cruise down, and then just, slam into each other with your, you're kind of back, so it's really the mattress.
It's the mattress hitting
and
each other.
And you fly over, whatever, and it's all fun. But, not recommended always, but like Wesson oil gets a little bit more speed. The soapy water's good enough, though, but if you really want that push, you can add
if you're trying to win.
Extra materials in. Yeah, it's good stuff, so... Yeah, and then like a good sweatshirt with some padding always helps.
Oh, always, yeah. So. And so the plebes will actually like seal their doors, so all the plebes will tuck like towels under the doors to make sure none of the water actually drips into their room. So it's completely just the hallway. And he says group effort. If by group effort you mean just the plebes, just the plebes. Yeah, it's a group effort amongst the plebes.
Yeah, I thought that was
the upperclassmen have the fun. They go, they do a couple carrier landings, and then they tell the plebes to clean it up.
That's
so
right. Always.
Always. So that's fun. All right. Yeah. So if you have any questions or any funny stories, any pranks you know of inside Bancroft Hall, comment those below, because I think that would be a ton of fun to get as many stories as we can in this thread as well. So try and make that happen. My now first he did a carrier landing with his nose tackle roommate when he was a plebe and just destroyed the 2 other kids. I saw the video. Can you please, if you have that video, can you please comment that in this? Find a way to post
that's
it.
Awesome.
Or send that to us. That's awesome.
I love that it says with his nose tackle roommate, because now you just got a picture.
Huge guy, huge man
coming
down on a mattress.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, so
that's awesome.
You can definitely. Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks,
Mike. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's good.
Cool.
Okay, yeah, that's good stuff. All right, and our third and final topic tonight is going to be around the yard. What's fun about Army Week around the yard? So I'm going to talk about, first thing we're going to talk about is just a spirit rally, a pep rally. What do y'all do against West Point during the week? During the week, there's a couple like intramural competitions, I think, too. So we'll play West Point in some intramural competitions. What else?
Yeah, well then I think the hard part is West Point's far enough away. It's tough to get up there. Some of the guys in the fleet will do some things. Historically speaking, we've dropped like ping pong balls on the West Point during formation before. We always have big planes. They don't. So that all depends on your squadron and how active you want to get on it. But at the academy, you have to remember, the one I would say is you have exchange students. And so some kids from West Point who are smart enough to know, like, man, I should have gone to Navy. They'll be down at Navy, and we'll do the prisoner exchange, what we call it, during halftime of the game. So if you never watched it before, it's pretty good. And they'll put, beat Army, beat Navy on the back of their shirts and their jackets. And we'll go and we'll do a big prisoner exchange. But during the week, those guys and girls kind of defend for their lives. I mean, obviously, again, it's all good fun, no hazing. But I would say probably duct tape and some lack of movement would happen at some point. At some point in the week, I don't know where, but
yeah, you definitely don't want to be an exchange cadet at the Naval Academy. As well, I'm sure you don't want to be an exchange midshipman at the Naval Academy during that week. So yeah, those are real things. But yeah, I just want to really comment on that point too. So the prisoner exchange. So like he was saying, every year there's around 5 or 6 cadets, all second class, so all in their junior year, that come down to the Naval Academy for an exchange semester. They live with us, they go to class with us, all of that. During the Army-Navy game at halftime, like he was saying, all of them will line up on like the Navy side and walk out all with tape on their back that spells out something. I know in years past some of them are funny, some of them are in remembrance for people who may have passed or whatnot. Anything they take the time to send a message, whether it's funny or sentimental or whatever it is, and they write that on their back. The brigade commander, who's Austin Harwell, a really good friend of mine, and then the highest ranking cadet at West Point, first cadet. I don't know. I'm sorry. I actually don't know the term for that. I'm sorry. But their highest ranking midshipmen will basically like salute or shake hands at midfield, and then they'll exchange prisoners. So basically, all the West Point cadets will get a run back and watch the game from the West Point side. All the midshipmen will get a run back and watch the game on the midshipmen side.
And from Kirby, thank you. So we've got 7 mids at West Point right now. That's great. And there is diving Army Navy on Thursday night. So that's awesome. So that's good.
Yeah.
Especially during the week. That's big.
Yeah, Master cool. Chief, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
That's awesome.
7 mids. All right. Yeah. And I want to hear stories from them about what's happening at West Point. It's probably
good stuff. Good. Yeah. And throughout the year, this is a different conversation. Yeah. There's about 20 to 30 overall exchange midshipmen when you're second class. That's a different subject.
Yeah.
But yeah, as we said, that 6 to 8 go up to West Point, and then the opposite come here. Also go to Air Force, Coast Guard, all that.
Yeah. No doubt.
But this is the best one.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So around the yard, spirit rally, pep rally. We have a pep rally. It's pretty fun. We usually burn like a wooden mule.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet. It's actually a decently good time. So all the people out there that are playing the prep rally, like I'm telling you, first captain Liam, thank you so much. The first captain.
We know we had a West Point guy.
Yes, hey Liam, we appreciate you coming through in the clutch here to help us out. The first captain, so the brigade commander and the first captain will shake hands and complete that exchange.
And Liam, I will laugh this whole time because even when I was on the joint staff, I would make fun of the West Point guys because I never understood that usma rah rah rah. That whole song, I have no idea what it is. They made me learn it, and it's still and it's etched in my memory. I would never repeat it for you, but that's the only part I will. But I love making fun of you guys just because it's good entertainment.
Good entertainment. All right, yeah, so the pep rally. Actually a good time. Burn a mule, have fun, listen to music. Usually Navy Beats, which is kind of like our music club. They do like DJing, all that. We'll play music, kind of turn it into a concert. It's a lot of fun. Usually drinks, food out there. So that's a good time. And then around the yard, we want to talk about outside pranks. We talked about pranks inside Bancroft Hall, and now there's pranks outside Bancroft Hall. Ed was saying earlier that they climbed up.
Yeah, Rickover.
Yeah, Rickover and hung a banner. That's sweet. I know my class 17, 26 company, we took a sailboat out of the harbor and actually moved it into Stribling Walk, and then hung up our 26th company banner on a sailboat, just sitting in there as everyone was walking to class in the morning. Just to let everyone know that we took the time in the middle of the night to literally move a sailboat from the water to Stribling Walk. So a lot of fun. Those pranks are more like group pranks where you try and like show off your company. So those pranks are usually a lot of fun. They do have to be cleaned up before in the morning.
Yeah, and you're trying to outdo obviously the other companies.
You're trying to outdo.
Show how good you are. So again, the academy changed over time. So back when I was there, we had Philo, which was like which is obviously a historic midshipman, but it was a battleship that we would take to like all the Navy home games. Oh. And so a guy in my company, Matt, I will only say the first name because he's still in active duty and another Navy captain, so I won't get him in trouble. But he stole Philo and like was driving it around. It's like a golf cart with a battleship built around it, and drove it around and then parked in the middle of T court, with third company all over it. So
there's got to be a statute of limitations. There's got to be a statute of limitations on Army.
I won't sell out his last name. It's okay.
Fair enough. I think like probably 2-3 years after you graduate any Army pranks, you should be absolved from.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'd say the other one is outside. So obviously we don't endorse. We're just telling stories. So the other thing is you can also have your plebes because obviously you're locked on the academy inside the wall. Yeah. So the other one is you will actually get outside the academy somehow. I'm not going to tell you how to do it.
Spirit.
And then you will go out on a spirit mission, and you can hang your sheet poster along Road Boulevard or somewhere from the state capitol. Something you be as creative as you want. But same idea, so you'll have like a third company, says go Navy, beat Army, something clean and nice and fun. But the fact that you as a group got out and did it somewhere else just shows that extra effort, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so no doubt about it.
The Army rocket. That's we got it all. Liam, awesome. I'm so glad you're here, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, Liam, you were making this 100% better. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. But that's all we really wanted to cover tonight.
Yeah.
If you have any funny stories about anything we talked about, please comment those below so everyone can read them and have a good time seeing those. Otherwise, if you have any questions about anything that happens during Army Week, whether it be in King Hall, Bancroft, around the yard, or just anything in general that happens during Army Week, please feel free to let us know. If you have questions about the game specifically, what makes it different, the prisoner exchange is a big one, and then march on is just a little bit different because Army marches on too. But if you have any questions about that, comment that below.
And if you go into the game as a warning, so the game starts at 3, but the march on will happen at like noon. And someone could probably tell me exactly what time, but it's usually right around noon. So the only hard part is you're going into the game very early, but I'm going to tell you it's well worth it. So both the march-ons are great, and then both Army and Navy do flyovers. A lot of stuff that's going on there for those couple of hours. But also, if you go in there early enough like that, you don't get caught in the lines with people that are trying to come in at the last second. There's going to be metal detectors no matter what because there'll be some kind of VIPs there. Trump was there last year as a presidential-elect. Who knows who'll be here, but I think Pence will probably come. And so just a warning, like get there early, get in the game early, and just enjoy it. I'll be in lot N or M. That's where most of us will be. So you can recognize us all. We'll find it, and we'll have a beer for you or some kind of refreshment.
Some kind of refreshment. Unfortunately, I won't be there.
12:45 march on. See, yeah, we do have helpers. I like that. It's good.
Welcome to the Ensign life. I will be right here having fun watching the game on TV, hopefully. All right. So if you have any questions, comments, please comment those below. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys so much tuning in. Whether you're live or on the rebroadcast, I really appreciate you watching this. If you have any questions about anything Academy related, feel free to shoot me a question in my inbox, and I'll be glad to get back to that. Again, I appreciate you guys so much. If you felt like this was a fun podcast or entertaining, informational in any way, shape, or form, please share this video. We want to get all this information out there. We want to really get just attention out there to the Naval Academy, especially for prospective midshipmen, people who might not know about the Academy but might catch a video on this and make it happen. And I hope you guys really get something out of this. I have a blast doing this, so if you even get a little bit of knowledge out of this, something that might help your understanding of the Naval Academy a little bit, then it makes it all worthwhile for me. So thank you guys so much. Please share, like, comment, recommend this to a friend. In the future weeks coming forward, we're definitely going to do some more deep dive into communities. I know some popular ones were Marine Corps Aviation people want to know about. Submarine, surface warfare, cryptological warfare, all of those we'll make sure to do in-depth discussions on all of those. And if you have any topics you'd like me to cover, please comment that or shoot me a message in my inbox, and I'll make sure to add that to the list and really try and crank out a schedule here with what we're going to do. Otherwise, Ed, you got anything for them last minute?
Go Navy, beat Army.
Go Navy, beat Army. Let's have a good one, and good luck to the Navy football team on Saturday.
Go get them, guys.